Hi guys, so today I'm doing a review on the redefined eyebrow kit from Superdrug. I actually got this in a glossy box and I didn't originally intend on doing a review on it because I kind of thought, it's the brow kit, you know, it's brow powder, it's set in wax, what can go right, what can go wrong, you know? Oh, I was so wrong. I played with this a few nights ago and then realised I had to do a video just to chat about a few things. So let's start with the basics. This is $9.99. B is available at Superdrug. It's only available in two shades, dark or light. I did get the dark one because Glossy Box does a quiz, and this is what's included. So the pans are quite small for the size of the packaging, I would say. So first of all, I don't really love the packaging. I think it takes up a lot more room than it needs to, or it leads you to expect a lot more product when you're looking at it in the shop. It does have a decent sized mirror, the full size at the top, but you know, this isn't something you're really going to be using on the go. It does come with an applicator. Tiny, 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 and honestly the bristles on this brush, I don't know if I'll be able to catch it on the camera, they are so synthetic and shiny, and yeah. This is a vegan friendly brand, so all the bristles will be synthetic. It's got a tiny, tiny, tiny spoolie on the other end. You've got two shades of brow powder, which do show reasonably pigmented when you swatch them, which is good. It's also got a highlighter. Not a huge fan of this highlighter, to be honest with you. It is an icy white, which I don't feel is the best highlight for most people's skin tone. Most people do better with a little bit of a gold or a little bit of a pinky shimmer rather than that full-on cool white frost. And then last but not least is the wax. So I've not got my eyebrows done today. I'm going to actually apply this and show you some of the issues I actually had with it. Now the instructions that come with this say to do the wax first and then the brow powder on top. I've always done my brow powder first and then wax on top, so I'm going to do one brow of each, just so that, you know, it's not that I'm doing it against their rules but it's not working. So I'm going to use the darker of the brow shades, and I am going to use their brush initially. So what I will say is these powders are quite soft. I don't know if you can see there that it's thrown up quite a lot of dust, basically. But you know, I take this and I start running it across my brows, and there's very little transfer. Now initially I thought maybe this is to do with the, you know, how synthetic this brush is, that, you know, it's so slick and shiny that can't grip it. So I took the one from my HD brow kit, which I actually use every day for my brows, and switched to that, and it's marginally better, but the colour payoff still isn't what I would want it to be in a really dark brow powder. I don't know how somebody with actual black hair would get on with this, but you know, I don't love it. So that's the pigment done on that one. I'm going to go back to the original brush, so we're going to do each eye in a different order. So then we're going to go into this setting wax. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is a vegan brand, which means you can't use any beeswax, which is possibly why this wax is a much softer consistency than any others I've tried. Look how easily that picks up. In the Urban Decay brow box you have to kind of like warm it up a little bit with the brush. The MAC brow wax comes in a solid stick and you run it over. This is, you have to be very light-handed with this, or your brows will look like the equivalent of Ross from Friends hair. You'll notice I never really use this spoolie because I don't really have a problem with my brows being unruly as such. Okay, so that's that one, and then I'll just keep going with the wax for the other side. Now this wax does feel very, very slick and slippy when you're putting it on, which I don't particularly like. I much prefer the stick one from MAC, or like the Collection clear mascara as a brow gel. So again, just using the HD Brows brush because the one in this kit I don't really like. And going over with the powder. Now with the wax being down first, sorry, you would expect for that powder to grab much better, but it's not particularly great on either side. So this actually looks darker on camera than on real life, which is slightly annoying for the review purposes. The video's making it look better than it is. I'll try and get some pictures of it. So that's my brows on. The highlighter I'm not going to use because I really just don't like it. I'll show you a swatch. See, it's just that icy white frost, which I don't know, I just think always looks a little bit on the cheap side. So as you can see, that wax is so soft it's now an absolute mess. I had to wipe my brush off on the edge of it. I don't like makeup items that look messy once you've used them. I don't know why, it annoys me. So I'm actually, it's now 1 minute past 1. I'll be back in just a few minutes to show one last point about this item. Okay, so it's now been about 5 minutes since I put that brow product on, and the reason I wanted to come back is when I initially was playing around with this, I was left with the feeling that my eyebrows were still kind of wet. Even when I'm using a brow gel, which is an actual almost liquid product, I've never felt like my brows are wet and I have to sit and wait for them to set, for lack of a better word. I feel I'm awfully low down in the frame right now. Yeah, so that was a really weird thing, and for me during the day there are times where I'll scratch around my eyebrows or I'll rub, and the idea that it's wet I don't really like. So as an experiment, when I first tried it, because I was sitting at night before I went to bed, I wasn't going to be going anywhere, I did see what happens when I touch it, and unfortunately your eyebrows smudge all over the place, which would be pretty cool if you wanted to be like a werewolf for Halloween. So this is the eye that I done the other way around, and it actually smudges far worse than the one I done my way around. So yeah, that for me was a deal breaker in this product. I don't want to like be tired during the day, do something like that, and be left with that. I now need to fix my foundation, I've just realised, which is quite annoying. So overall, I don't love this product. I don't think I'm even going to be using it. I think it's actually going to go in the bin. The brush, the applicator is rubbish. The brow powders, I don't love the pigmentation on. The wax is just far too liquidy and doesn't hold everything in place, doesn't set it. So I'm going to be sticking to my, well, I'm about to run out of my HD brow powder, but that or Too Faced Bulletproof Brow doesn't move anywhere. I wore that in a swimming pool and it doesn't go anywhere. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. I did take some pictures while I was waiting for this to set, just to show you guys a clearer idea of what kind of results you can expect from this product, and I'll tag those on at the end. But I should be back soon because I'm expecting my next glossy box in, so I can do a bit of a unboxing video. I have actually finished my first Project 10 pan, and I was going to do a mini haul from the MAC Cinderella collection, but everything I wanted was sold out before I got there. I got there 8 minutes after the shop opened and queued for 15 minutes, and what I wanted was sold out. I was so sad. Anyway, so I will talk to you guys later and hope you're all having a good week. Bye!